Greetings, Internet. It is NBA expert Black Phenom here, and today I'm going to discuss the main obstacle between the Philadelphia 76ers and making it out of the second round to potentially become a championship caliber team. He goes by the name of Benjamin Bartholomew Simmons, or Simmons of Ben, and he has become a major predicament for this team. All jokes and slander aside, Ben Simmons is an all-star caliber point guard who can do almost everything on the basketball court at an elite level with his defense, basketball IQ, handles, and playmaking. Unfortunately, he lacks not just a shooting mentality, but a scoring mentality, and he has regressed offensively since his rookie year. After his abysmal performance in the 76ers' second-round exit against the Atlanta Hawks, which is arguably the reason they lost, Simmons' trade value has plummeted. And yes, the team's bench, Embiid's health, and Tobias Harris folding all came into play, but you need buckets out of a point guard for a championship-caliber NBA team in the year of our Lord 2021. With all the news surrounding Ben not showing up to training camp or answering calls, a trade's inevitable, and it's pretty much necessary to salvage the remains of the process, aka tanking to get generational talent and balling out. But it seems as though teams either don't need what Ben Simmons offers to contend, or lack the cap space or assets to take on a max player with his talents who struggles to score the ball, or they have a team constructed so that trading for Simmons would be a lateral move at best. Like, for example, the trade of Bradley Beal for Jaylen Brown that people have suggested doesn't really make any sense. It's basically lateral. Bradley Beal isn't that much better than him to the point where like that trade makes a difference and moves the needle. The few teams that have made offers, like I think the Pacers made an offer with Malcolm Brogdon and like a couple teams I think they made offers, got rejected by Daryl Morey, the GM, trying to finesse teams with super high offers and probably regretting it now. So what trade offer makes the most sense for Ben Simmons? Enter the Brooklyn Nets. I've spent a long time on the trade machine figuring things out, and this offer makes the most sense. You trade Simmons to the Nets in exchange for Cam Thomas and a couple picks. This is the perfect trade to do as it benefits both sides. The Nets get a defensive mastermind who can also help distribute the ball alongside James Harden or Kyrie, and helping Durant since Durant isn't known for his playmaking. And is open for cuts and lobs way more than DeAndre Jordan or Claxton. Solid big man, could play the power forward position as opposed to the point guard, since they already have Kyrie or Harden to do that. And if potentially one of them gets injured, you can slide in Ben Simmons in that position. The Sixers do take a big hit on defense, but with Joel Embiid, Danny Green, and Matisse Thybulle on the squad, it won't necessarily be that bad in order to get a huge bucket getter like Cam Thomas, a young talent that could definitely blossom and help Embiid and the Sixers get into the conference finals potentially. They could also sign former Nets player Mike James, who, as we all know, is a cool bucket, and a playmaker off the bench, or even with some minutes in the starting lineup. And if they don't like the first round pick in 2028, they can use another one of the 2022 second round picks, another one of their second round picks. And I'm sure the picks are going to turn into some decent players. I think those players could definitely help the Sixers move the needle, maybe even get into the conference finals. They probably not beating the Mets, but maybe they could get into the conference finals, improve, potentially win a championship. You feel what I'm saying? Potentially just get up there, move that needle. You feel what I'm saying? So in conclusion, the Sixers should give Simmons to the Nets for Cam Thomas and picks. That's the objectively perfect, correct trade, the only trade that makes sense for Ben Simmons, considering barely any teams want him, or the teams that do want him, they're not really liking the offers. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the perfect trade for Ben Simmons. Thank you for watching.
I'm a real pop star. I'm a real rock star. Yeah. I'm a real pop star. I'm a real rock star. I'm a real pop star. Yeah. I'm a real pop star. Fucking on your bitch that long. Fucking on your bitch that long. Fucking on your bitch that long. Fucking on your bitch for fucking for that bad bitch. Fucking your bitch can't get no fucking. For that bitch can't get no bad bro.